how I'm going to make it to point A to point B. It just seemed like I just cannot get out of this situation. It's like there's no way out. Reverend Sneed, how am I going to make these ends meet? How am I going to get out this situation? Because, you know, my money is not adding up to my bills. It's just not adding up right. You know, I'm putting everything out, and it's like I have more bills than I have money. But God said this. He said, basically, if you seek me first, the kingdom of God and his righteousness, all these things will be added on to you. So he'll take care of your situation. So when it seems like you got no way out, God will make a way out of no way. That's just as simple. I can't get no more complex than this. That's just as plain and simple right there, because, you know, that word complex means no way out. Because Paul said, like, you know, he said they hemmed me up. It seemed like I was in the corner. Just like when I remember Paul was inside the prison, him and Silas. You know, after they get beaten all night long. You know, then they started praying and singing on to God. Now, it seemed like there was no way out. But at the midnight hour, on the new day, when things got a little bit better, God opened up that jail cell and made a way out of no way. So when you're going through trials and tribulations inside your life right now, sing and praises unto God. And on our next day, watch, you're going to see what's going to happen. I'm almost done. I'm almost finished here. I'm almost finished here. Then he says that you may be squeezed, that you seem like but you're not going to be squashed. You may not have no way out, but it seems like you just don't have no resources to do what you need to be done. I just don't have no resources to make ends meet. You know, I'm working 2 jobs and it just ain't working out. You know, I'm cutting this to pay this. I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul, but it seems like it just not just working out. I mean, can y'all relate to what I'm talking about here? You know, am I just by myself, or you just thinking about far as what I'm saying? You know, this a resource that just seems like it's just not just there. But that's okay though, because, you know, you may feel like at times that you may be struck down, but you're not struck out. That you may be struck down, but you're not struck out. In verse 9, persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. You may be struck down to the ground, but you're not struck out. See, problems in your life is going to strike you down to the ground. That's going to happen. You may have a devastating blow in your life that's just going to knock you flat out on your back. I didn't predict myself not having a job. I didn't see that coming. And I didn't see the other trials after the other trial, after the other trial, after the other trial. Now, all this has happened all at the same time. After the other trial, after the other trial, after another one. I'm out of this one, but here come another one. I didn't see all that coming. So I was struck down, but I wasn't struck out. Because even though I was going through those things, I kept coming to church. I kept praising the God. I kept calling on my friends who encouraged me. So you don't have to strike out because you're going through trials and tribulations. You're like, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end. I know your health may be messed up. Your finances may be messed up. You and your spouse may not be getting along, but you're not struck out. Don't give up and don't quit. Keep pressing on. Because if he got you out, he can sure enough get you out again. So we're going to have some suffering in our life. We're going to have some suffering that's going to go in our life. That's going to happen. Suffering is going to happen. You're going to be persecuted. But Jesus said, you know, in Matthew 5:10 about persecution, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. It's a blessing in being persecuted and suffering. Suffering hurts. I mean, I don't know nobody like going through suffering. at all. But you know, when you're going through suffering, you know, we supposed to count it all joy when, you know, going through diverse temptation, you know. And then also too as well, you know, weeping may endure a night, but joy sure enough cometh in the morning. Suffering is supposed to help us develop. Suffering is supposed to help us shape us. So the next time I go through something, I can handle it with no problem. And I can share my experience with somebody else. I can tell them what the Lord has done for me. So I can relate to your situation. It may not be exactly what you went through, but I went through something. And this is what you're supposed to do, is trust in God and believe that he can and he will get you out of your given situation. But he says, but not forsaken. God is basically saying through Paul that I will never leave you nor forsake you. That I will not desert you. Even though you may feel like that you may be alone in your situations and your problem. You may feel like that you may be all by yourself. You may feel like that nobody understands why you're going what you're going through. But God is right there with you by your side. And the day that you had left him, when you begin not to trust him, because it seemed like it may be getting too hard for you. It may seem like it may be too hard for you. If you go back to that place where you left God, God is still standing there waiting for you with open arms and say that I got you. I got you. I can get you out of your situation, Reverend Doty. I can bless you with one job, but not more one job, but two jobs. I can pull you out of your situations. And watch how God works when he pull you out of your situation too. And he do it so smooth. God does it so smooth that, you know, that he do it on his time too as well, because we want God to fix our problems right now. You know, this is going, you know, I've been going through this for a very long time. I'm tired. I'm weary. I'm weak. You know, I mean, we having arguments inside the house. You know, I mean, because she's saying, you know, why you ain't working? Well, I'm trying to find a job. I hope I ain't about to cause no problems at home, you know, right now for nobody. Then he said, cast down, but not destroyed. See, even though your problems may seem like it's hurting so bad, it ain't killing you. Even though they're very painful, it's not killing you. Even though you want the Lord to remove your situations, it's not killing you. Even though you want him to ease back a little bit, it ain't killing you. Even though you can't get along with one another, it ain't killing you. Even though that you cannot make ends meet, it ain't killing you. Even though that the people on your job is acting up, it ain't killing you. Even though your children are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, it ain't killing you. See, Jesus went through a whole lot for us. His disciples went through a whole lot for us. And since he went through a whole lot for us, and then we should be able to go through a whole lot of things too as well. And since, you know, since you had accepted him as your Lord and Savior, since you basically said, you know, that, Lord, I trust you and I surrender all to you, which means that I accept everything that comes along with it as a child of God, which means trials and tribulations, which means trouble, which means I know I'm not going to be knocked down, but I'm not going to be knocked out. And see, and also too as well, you know, when you're going through stuff inside your life, it gives you a song. It gives you a song. And one of my favorite songs, you know, that I love to hear on the radio. And I believe if Paul was here today, Paul might have written that song himself. And that song says, I feel like going on. See, that song encourages me when I'm going through trials and tribulations inside my life. I feel like going on. Even though the storm clouds may come, I feel like coming on. Even though the trials and tribulations inside my life are very tough and very hard, I feel like going on. See, I won't quit and I won't give up because I feel like going on. And the reason why I feel like going on, because I know a man over 2,000 years felt like going on. See, when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he prayed all night long, and said, and the sweat came down off of his brow like great drops of blood, he felt like going on. Because he said, not my will, but thy will be done. Now, he knew what he had to endure on that cross. He knew that, it wasn't just the death that he was worried about. He knew that he was going to be separated from the Father because he had to take sin inside of his body. But he still felt like going on because the love he had for the Father and the love that he had for us. See, that man I'm talking about is Jesus. See, they beat him all night long. They marched him up that hill called Calvary. They put nails in his hands. They put nails in his feet. They pierced him in the side. He died one Friday. But he got up early Sunday morning with all power in his hand. See, Jesus feel like going on. See, I feel like going on. I know it gets hard. I know it gets rough, but I feel like going on. And I will go on because God put something inside of me that I can't give up, that I can't quit. I know what it may look like. I know the situations may seem like be hard, but I'm going to go on. I can care less what they may say. But you know what? When I pray to God and he gives me peace that surpasses all understanding, I thank the Lord today because I feel like going on. When the going gets tough, the tough keeps going. Amen, and God bless you.
The doors of the church are open. The doors of the church are open. If you are here and you have not yet accepted